Hey, what's up, everybody? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us for more Third and Long content.
Mondays are interesting days after games. A lot of emotions running high from the game. You know, a lot of things you're feeling mentally, but also physically. You know, your body is tired and hurting. And, you know, you put in a lot of work throughout the week to go out there and have the result that you want and feel like, you know, your team deserves. And not getting that result and losing definitely makes things a lot tougher. And you know, there's a lot of things that you have to deal with on Mondays. You have to deal with, you know, the critique from, you know, your coaches and the critique from obviously, you know, social media and the fans and you know, kind of the whole world. You know, we put it all out on the lines, and then that internal battle as well too of how you're feeling about your game and you know, when you watch the film and how your body feels. And so Mondays can be a lot. And the thing that is I think is important for me, and it has always been, is the feeling of like this shared adversity amongst like my brothers and my teammates, and you know, realizing that we're all going through this together and that you're not doing it alone. And so, you know, obviously we had a tough loss. I'm gonna get into the game, you know, kind of my thoughts and perspective of it. My thoughts and perspective kind of shifts as the week goes on too, you know. Emotions are running high right after the game. I get the iPad and I watch the game on the bus headed to the airport. And I just click through and want to just see, you know, what happened. Like that's how my brain works. Is like I gotta watch the film as soon as possible to try to understand, you know, what happened out there. You know, when I leave the locker room from the stadium, I get on the bus, get something to eat, get on the bus, and our video guys will have the film. They come around with like this little USB little like plugins and they can upload the film of the game right to your iPad. And so typically I get it on the bus headed to the airport and I start watching it immediately. And that's just like something I have to do. Some people are like, oh, no, I don't even want to watch that, or I'll wait, I'll watch it. But me, I got to see what happened. Like I got to see how it looked. I got to see what's on the tape. And so as we're driving to the airport, I'm already watching the film. And then when we get on the plane, I'll watch it even more. I'll start clicking through. I don't know how they do it so fast or how they get it, but we have it. That kind of film session, it comes up with a whole new, you know, set of emotions for me once you see, you know, kind of what happened. And, you know, typically for me throughout a game, like I can already know what mistakes were made or you know, for myself. So my first initial watch of the film, I'm kind of just clicking through, you know, seeing it's pretty fast, just kind of seeing my first watch, my first glimpse, kind of seeing, you know, different things that I did. And, you know, us as a team, I just kind of clicked through every play. And then, like I said, throughout the week, your emotions kind of change. So that first initial watch, you're like super heightened, like, you know what I'm saying? You just got off the field. So it's like everything. And then Monday is kind of where I watch it again, less emotional and like more, you know, just try to have a broader scope, not so reactive, I guess. So Monday is like less emotional. You're kind of watching the game from a more of a bird's eye view, trying to have a little bit of a broader approach and learn from it really. And, you know, for us, this last game, it was definitely a weird game. You know, it was highs and lows, and it was a gut wrencher at the end. The way the game ended, and you know, didn't start off looking like we had an opportunity to win, and then we got back in the game, and then we had an opportunity to win, and then you know, we're on the sideline like, man, it's, you know, we felt real confident that the momentum has shifted our way, and that like, man, we're gonna go win this one, and you know, we didn't in the end. You know, that's on all of us. But the game of football is a crazy game. I was saying to some of my teammates after the game, like, man, the NFL they got something special because I, even though I'm playing, like I can see how just like entertaining the NFL can be. You know, all the crazy plays being made, the ups and downs, the mood swings, the momentum shifts, the fans going from cheering to booing. You know, you guys, it's just a crazy game of highs and lows. And I know our fans, man, they felt just how we felt, just a punch in the stomach, a gut wrenching, just back and forth, get your heart ripped out at the end, and just very disappointed. And even though I'm playing, I see all that. I see the emotions of the game, and I see how entertaining it can be, and you know, the emotions of that fan perspective as well too. Watching is you love it, but it brings out a lot of emotions for you guys as well too. And so we kind of feel how you guys feel. And when we come in and have our team meeting, we feel the same way. It's like so disappointed. You guys invest a lot of energy, support. We invest a lot of time, energy, our bodies, and to go out there and have a result, and it doesn't happen. And that's kind of been the theme of our season. 7 losses, 6 losses by 1 score. Easily winnable games that we're not winning and not finding a way to get it done. And you know, that's really the theme of the NFL. You know, there's not always a lot of blowouts. There's a lot of 1-score games, a lot of close games that come down to the end. And you know, for me, and kind of what I see is just, and what I talk to with my teammates is, you know, there's certain drives, certain series and games that are just gotta have them. And I think we do good, we play well, and then the series where we need a score, where we need to stop, we don't get it done. It doesn't happen, and it's not. It's like, you know, you could play good defense for 6 series in a row, but that 7th one is the one that you need to end the game or put your team over the top, and we don't get it done on that one. That's a terrible feeling because it's like there's a lot of good out there. You don't get to reap the rewards of that good because there's no moral victories in football. And so it's like in those finite moments, how can you get it done? And we're not doing that. And going into each game, we feel confident. You know, I look around at my teammates and I'm like, man, I don't care who we're playing, we got a chance. And so with that, I think we're a collection of good players. I think we have good players, but are we a good team? Our record doesn't say that. I can't say that we're a good team. I can't say that we are that, because good teams find a way to win those games, and good teams find a way to, you know, win 1-score games. They find a way to and do whatever it takes, you know, and we haven't been able to do that, and we haven't been able to get over that hump. And so that's very frustrating and disappointing at times. I think that when you work so hard and you know you grind, you put your head down and grind, sometimes it's easier to do that when at the end of the week you have that feeling like, man, what I'm doing is working, you know, is paying off. And so when you don't get that at the end of the week, it can be start to stack up on you. For me, being in that situation before in my past, it's like each week you gotta throw those, you know, thoughts out of your head. And so for me, you know, with my experience and being in a situation like this before, you know, it always boils down to the guys around me, and really going through something, adversity bonds you together even closer, I feel like. And, you know, we got to continue to week in and week out, day in and day out, show up for yourself, but also show up for your brother. Try to have fun, you know, throughout the process. Celebrate the little things. You know, like Jordan Jefferson, he's a rookie. He got his first sack Sunday. I got my first sack back in 2015 in a blowout. We were getting blown out by the Cardinals, and I got my first sack, my first career sack. And a vet, Tony Girardetti, still good friends with, was like, Eric, you got to celebrate. You got to, I mean, yeah, what's going on? We're in this situation, but that's a milestone. You know what I'm saying? You gotta celebrate. Be at least be happy about it. And that always stick with me because it's about the relationships and the bonds, not always about the results. And when you continue to have that togetherness, I think you can overcome things as a group and become bonded and become better. And so, my words to my teammates is I'm happy for them. I'm celebrating for them. Jordan Jefferson, you got your first career sack. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. Trayvon, huge play, getting a touchdown. Trayvon was balling out, 7 tackles, 2 TFLs, a touchdown. Like, keep going. Josh, 2 sacks yesterday. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys on the inside, led, Ham are making plays, and the fight is there, and we can't lose that, and we got to stick together and support one another. It's going to be, some long days ahead, but being miserable throughout them isn't going to allow anybody to do any good. And so sticking together, allowing this adversity to bond us closer together, making us a tighter knit group, celebrating for each other, being happy for each other, motivating each other. When I'm feeling like, dang, somebody picking me up, and when, they're down or I'm picking them up, and, that's how you're able to get through moments and, times like these. And I still feel like walking onto the field, we play the Minnesota Vikings this week. I don't even know what their record is, 6-2. And going through, times like this, it's easy to get down like in the dumps and, come home mad every day and just be pissed off. But that's not good for anybody. I've learned throughout my career different things to kind of help me mentally. I speak with a sports psychologist once or twice a week, just to center myself, ground myself, and however whatever I'm feeling throughout the week, and prepare for the game, the game ahead, and the preparation for the game. My family definitely keeps me grounded. Coming home and seeing a smile on my daughter's face and they want to play, and everything else just kind of goes out the window for me. And no matter how tough the day was or what's going on, I can't help but smile. And then also too, just my brothers and my teammates, man, coming to work. I got some amazing teammates, some great dudes that work hard and deserve to win and deserve to have that feeling as well too. That was a big thing for me coming here, and it hasn't happened yet for us. But my teammates and my guys, like coming here, I was inspired because I wanted them to have that feeling of the other side of what it feels like to have a lot of respect, win games, and go to the playoffs and play in Super Bowls and all those things, and what comes with it, really, the respect from the rest of the league, and that sense of pride that you have, like, yep, I whooped y'all, I whooped y'all, I whooped y'all. And I want that for my teammates here, and I want that for us. That keeps me going, that keeps me motivated, that keeps me, grounded and inspired, really. Seeing young guys balling and making plays and, being a part of that keeps me inspired. That keeps me, wanting to come to practice and, wanting to play hard in these games, and all those things I think are important. And I can't wait to continue that. There's so much positive things, even in the weight of what we're dealing with, to look forward to and to be excited about each and every day. And that's what keeps me going. Like I said earlier in the season, Trayvon Walker can be the best edge in this league. Him and Josh compete every day. Josh has been one of the best edge players in this league, for a long time now. And him and Trey are competing every day. It's amazing to see, their relationship and how much they love each other, but also how competitive they are. And Trayvon has been having an amazing season, and he continued and had an amazing performance on Sunday. 7 tackles, 2 TFLs, huge touchdown. Getting into that touchdown, I was on the field for it. It's one of those plays that coaches talk about where it's like, keep playing. You never know what can happen. Pick up every loose ball. no matter what happens, because you never know. And Saquon was running. People thought he was down, but he fumbled. It was kind of unclear, but Trayvon was on it from the jump. He seen the ball, picked it up, and started taking it off. And as like some of the guys on the field, especially the Eagles players were kind of like, he was down. Like, I don't really know. They were kind of like a little hesitant. He was trying to go score and bounced off like two people. Trayvon, super athletic. It looked like he could play a little offense too. Bounced off two people and got into the end zone. And that play, changed the game and got us right back in it. Now it was a one-score game. It ignited our sidelines. And huge play by Trayvon. I don't know if that might be his first touchdown of his career. I never had that experience scoring a touchdown. I have never scored a touchdown in my life, I don't think. That's pretty sad. I ain't scored a touchdown in Pop Warner. I ain't scored a touchdown in high school. I ain't scored a touchdown in college. And I ain't scored a touchdown in the league. That's pretty sad now that I think about it. But my man Trayvon did, and he changed the game. I think Sunday we definitely had some amazing, defensive performances. I think we played, some good defense out there. The Eagles, they get paid too, and they definitely made some plays. 83, Dotson made a crazy acrobatic catch. Tyson was all over him. It's like, what are you going to do with that? Devontae Smith, one-hander, drags both feet. Crazy plays, but probably the craziest thing I've ever seen on a football field happened on Sunday, and that was Saquon juke, spin, backwards hurdle. Like, what? Like, I'm on the sideline watching it. I'm like, everybody was like, huh? Like, did that just happen? We all looked at each other like, what? It was just like dumbfounding. And like I said, we have emotions just like you guys do as fans too. And not to say that we're fans of other players, but like we can appreciate other people's greatness as well too. And Saquon, man, I saw what happened in the offseason of him leaving the Giants, and I don't know how the Giants let him go to Philly. But they did, and he's having an amazing season. Has been one of the best players in the NFL since he got into the league. And, that was the craziest play I've ever seen. And I heard after the game, he said that Jarian, who he jumped over, actually talked to him after the game. And Saquon said that he panicked. So that was his reaction. He panicked. He was like, "You panicked?" He's like, "Yeah, bro, I just seen like a bunch of y'all running after me, and I just panicked and jumped." Like, what? Your panic was a backwards jump hurdle? And obviously you can see when someone's extremely talented, super athletic, works hard, and they're in that flow state, just playing off instinct and being free. He just jumped and did some random stuff and just jumped over a dude. Like, what? Like, you can see some pretty special stuff can happen, and that's why we are some of the best athletes in the world, and play like Trayvon May getting that touchdown, and plays like Saquon jumping over people is like you can't help but just like, dang. Some people are just blessed, man, and I know that's super entertaining for y'all too. I'm like, dang, the NFL, they on to something with this football thing, man. It's gonna be around for a long time because I'd be out there like, dang, that was entertaining to be a part of. So I know fans are just at home or in the stadium just in awe. So guys are special, man. Guys make some crazy plays. I think Saquon is having an amazing season, offensive player of the year type season. Christian McCaffrey had a similar type season last year, my teammate, and Saquon is playing at an extremely high level like that this year. And so I don't know how the Giants let him leave. But Philly got them one for sure. NFL has definitely got something special going on. Just this league is full of talent and some amazing players. who excite the fans weekly, making crazy plays. Another guy who we played against early in the season, Tyreek Hill, just saw that he's going to be racing Noah Lyles, which is going to be crazy. Do I think he can compete with Noah, the Olympic champion? I don't know. I think the best time Tyreek ran was like a 9.9, and Noah Lyles is, a lot lower than that, like 9.6s and 9.7s. So it's going to be interesting and entertaining to say the least. I think people are definitely going to be tapped in and going to enjoy the show. Do I think he can win? I don't know. That track speed is different. Then I just saw the track kid from Purdue. No, the track kid from Iowa ran a 4.1 on a football field. I don't know. That track speed is a little different. I'm definitely gonna be tuned in. But I think it just shows the type of talent and how truly rare and special NFL athletes are. There's been a lot of debate over what sport has the best athletes, and I don't know, man. These football players, man, we're pretty special. I don't know. We could do a little bit of everything. So it's gonna be interesting to see, though. I'm definitely gonna be tuned into that race. Who I got my money on? I'm gonna I just that track speed different. I'm gonna have to go with Noah Lyles. If they really gonna race, is it a 60 or is it 100? That's what I need to know. Because if it's a 60, I think Tyreek might have more of a chance. But if it's 100, I gotta go Noah. I will put my money on Noah Lyles just from the times. I mean, you can't knock off 4/10 of your best time, years later with no training. I don't know. But maybe he'll train. Maybe make it interesting. But I would put my money on Noah Lyles. Looking ahead at our week, got an off day tomorrow. Going to start our preparation for the Minnesota Vikings coming to Jacksonville. Another home game, which would be good. Get in front of our crowd. And you guys are fans. Minnesota's a hot team. I talked about them early in the season. Sam Darnold, my former teammate, really is exceeding expectations. I don't think people really thought heading into the season that the Vikings would be where they're at record-wise and how their team has been playing. But they've been having a phenomenal season, and we have a huge challenge coming into our hometown. And looking at that team, I've played against them in the past, played against their style of offense, and it's a stretch zone run game, a lot of play action passes off of it, boots, and they have arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL, Justin Jefferson, and other offensive weapons as well too. Aaron Jones is a great running back. Addison is a great receiver. They got TJ Hawkinson back, who has been a great tight end coming off injury. And they have a good offensive line too. So, one of the big storylines of the game is obviously going to be Big Cam Robinson coming back to Jacksonville only after 2 weeks of him getting traded. And so it's definitely going to be good to see him again. I know he's going to be tuned up and excited for this game. That's the homie. And, him and Josh have been playing against each other every day in practice for the last 8 years. They get to line up for real on Sunday, which is going to be interesting for sure. But yeah, man, the Vikings have a good team, good defense. Their defense has been playing at a high level. A very exotic defense that Brian Flores has. A lot of different blitzes, a lot of different looks. They definitely want to put a lot of pressure on you, try to force you to make bad decisions offensively. And so, we're going to have to prepare for that as well, too, on the offensive side of the football. But defensive side of the football, it's going to start with stopping the run game, because you let them start getting that zone and then that stretch game going, then, your linebackers and your safeties kind of come downhill to stop that run, and then that's when they start attacking you over the top with Justin Jefferson and their offensive weapons with the boot, play action, and down the field. And so always the key is to make them one-dimensional, set hard edges in the run game, don't let their stretch game get going, be physical in the run game, shut that down, and, then try to make them one-dimensional and, try to limit them or what they can do offensively. And that's going to be the plan. Easier said than done, obviously. We're going to have to go out there and execute, but I'm excited to prepare this week to play against them. Good team. Another opportunity for our team to get a win. I feel confident in us going into each and every game. When I look around, looking at my teammates, I'm like, man, take the field with them any day. I have faith and belief in the man next to me that we can go out there and get it done and play at a high level. And that doesn't change this week, no matter who we're playing. Good team coming into town, but we're going to take the fight to them. And I'm excited to prepare this week and get ready for that matchup. Appreciate you tapping in for another episode of Third and Long. This is Eric Armstead. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Once again, appreciate you tapping into the show. Appreciate your support. And I'll see you on another episode of Third and Long.